comfort food is one of those terms that you rarely hear associated with a diet, whether that be low carb diet, keto diet, Weight Watchers diet, any diet and comfort food don't usually go hand in hand. Now, deprivation, that is a term that is often associated with diets. So today we're going to turn both of those terms on their head and make comfort food that is compliant with a low carb diet, but that also does not leave you feeling deprived, especially during the holidays. So I'm Dorothy, and we're going to make some mock mashed potatoes, or mashed cauliflower, if you will. And it's great for Thanksgiving. What is Thanksgiving without mashed potatoes? It's Thanksgiving with mashed cauliflower. So let's go. Let's cook it. It's really easy. Okay, first we're going to deal with the cauliflower and get that cooking up. Quarter it. Pretty easy. To quarter slices. And then just get the thick stem part out. You can slice right down like that. Take off any of the greenery that's still left. Slice down. Take out the greenery. 2 more times. And then this is all going to be mashed. So just break the cauliflowerettes apart into, you don't have to be that careful about uniform size or anything. That one's not coming apart, so. But they should break apart pretty easily. If they don't, you can always do the old pound trick, and then they come out a lot easier. Pound it stem down, and you can, some people do that with the whole cauliflower, but basically break all these apart. Now we're going to put them in a pot of water and boil them up for about 6 minutes, and while we're doing that, we'll get the rest of it together. Easy peasy. Okay, so I put the cauliflowerettes into a pot of boiling water, and we're going to boil that for 6 minutes. While that's boiling, we'll do step number 2, which is take some cream cheese and cut off a tablespoon or an ounce. Take some butter, and 1, 2, 3 measures out on here. 3 tablespoons of butter. Put that aside. We're going to use beef, or this is my favorite bouillon, Better Than bouillon. And we're going to use just a 1/4 teaspoon of the, or 1/8 of a teaspoon of that. Not made up with water, but just the concentrate. I'm using rosemary. A lot of people will use parsley or scallions. And then we want some Parmesan cheese. This Parmesan is fresh Parmesan. Really easy, really easy to grate, but a lot better than that stuff that comes in the green can. So see, it doesn't take much to grate it. So just don't go, this makes a big difference in the taste. 1/4 cup of that. So that's about a 1/4 cup. Okay, and then we've got a garlic clove or 2. I like garlic, so I'm putting in 2 cloves. You don't want the peels though. And smash the cloves down so that you can get the peels off, and then mince that up a little bit. And there you go. That's all you need, and we'll just wait for the cauliflower now. Step 3, put it all together. Okay, cauliflower is done. I poured it in a strainer over a bowl or over the sink, and now we're just going to put it all together. So I'm going to dump the cauliflower into the food processor, and then I'm going to pick up the ones that I dropped. Okay. And then you just add everything else. The Parmesan cheese, the cream cheese, the butter, and the garlic. Whoops. Oh, and the this is the little bouillon. That adds the salt. The bouillon is the salty part. So I don't want to waste any of that good Parmesan, so I'm pouring the garlic and the Parmesan in there. And just process it up. Okay, start with a pulse. Always start with a pulse. And now, let us see what we have. Time to dish it up. I used a pretty fancy bowl since we're going over for Thanksgiving. And my cauliflower mash is fairly creamy. Now I also used cut up parsley instead of the rosemary that I talked about earlier. Pick your own. And then another trick is to heat it up right before you serve it and add some dollops of butter to meld in and make it look really nice. Here's the parsley and a serving spoon, and there you go. Okay, all done. This one I'm taking over to Grandma's house for Thanksgiving dinner, but it works equally well for weeknight dinners. It's fast, it's good, and Grandma will never know that it's healthy. So, first, before we take it to Grandma's, we need a taste test. Make sure everything is in line. This is perfect. It looks perfect. It tastes perfect. I will say, taste as you go. Most chefs do it, and then you'll know how much salt to add or delete. You'll know how much butter, and you'll have the perfect Thanksgiving mashed potatoes. However, remember, it works any night of the week. We're having champagne later on, so no toast today, but we're having our champagne with strawberry lavender syrup. Can't be beat. Cheers.